outside. South Florida heat is for real. I don't know. Hang on. I don't have no tripod. I'm putting this up against my drink. Alright, let me know if you guys can hear me. Oh, we're up. So, I'm down in Miami right now. I have finally went to the eye hospital. I feel like I'm showing people my butt crack from behind. Finally went to the hospital down here. I just arrived about maybe less than an hour ago. And I feel like I need my hat. Okay, I feel better now. Just went down to the hospital here in Miami. And I know some of you guys know the story, but I've been kind of like, I put this off for months. I've literally tortured myself with not only eye pain, just eye crushing pain. These are like cheap glasses that they give you at the eye doctor, you know, when you get your eyes dilated. But also the headaches, it's just been awful for months. So I went in and saw the nurse. I'm at the emergency room place, and they dilated my eyes. And usually when they dilate my eyes, I have about 45 minutes to an hour till they call me to the back, the doctors. So I came across the street because I've done this. Last time I waited 2 hours because they said it wasn't an emergency. And I'm not really considered an emergency. So when I got there, it was only like 5 people, and now there's like 20. So they dilated my eyes. I haven't seen the doctor yet, but there is a chance that I'm going to have eye surgery, which would suck if that's true. The other option is they may be able to use a laser. I seriously doubt they're going to leave me with drops, because the last time I did the drops, it didn't work. It worked temporarily, and then it didn't work. So I'm very nervous, and I think rightfully so, because I've had a lot of trauma that I've dealt with coming here. I've been coming here since I was 14. As a matter of fact, I was diagnosed with glaucoma at the age of 13 years old. And God, that's a long time ago now. What, 30 something years ago. And back then, they didn't really, like, my grandfather went blind with glaucoma because they didn't know what to do. And by the way, I can't read your comments, guys. I'm gonna read them later, but my eyes are dilated, which is why I have these goofy ass sunglasses on right now. But I will read the comments later. I like going back and reading the live comments, and also the regular comment section. But 13 years old, I was diagnosed with glaucoma, which was very, very rare for a young person at my age to get glaucoma. It had traditionally been older people. And at the time, I was big into sports. I mean, I even was offered a scholarship to go play college football, but I played basketball, baseball, football throughout school. And the surgery that they had for glaucoma back then, because first they'd get you on eye drops, but the eye drops were not working for me in my right eye at the time. And the surgery that they had was, if I ever got hit in my eye, it would literally implode. That's the type of surgery that they had back then. Well, I came down to the University of Miami, and they had one of the best top medical eye hospitals in the country. And there was a doctor by the name of, I'll never forget him, Dr. Paul Palmberg. And he was seeing me for a couple weeks, and he came up with a brand new type of surgery for glaucoma because of me. Because he was afraid that at my age, and as active as I was, I could easily get hit in the eye. And I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right? For me, especially my clumsy ass. And he developed a brand new surgery that where if I got hit in the eye, it wouldn't implode. It would actually, it's like a bleb or whatever. And my comments slowed down. Like, okay, we're still good though, right, guys? Want to make sure. Leave a 1 in the comments if you guys hear me clearly. So he made this experiment. I had an experimental surgery done. Thank you for the ones, guys. I see him now. And he did this experimental surgery on me, and it was successful. As a matter of fact, it's lasted all these years. That's my right eye, the eye that I can see in, even though I can barely see out of it. But that surgery was so successful that for the last 30 years, it's been the standard for glaucoma surgeries, which is a pretty amazing story. And another funny story, when I was married, I guess I was about 25, 24 years old. I was talking to the same doctor, and I'd asked him, this Dr. Paul Palmberg, it was years later, you know, like 10 years after my surgery, because I'd come back for visits and stuff. And I asked him a question. I said, hey, just curious, you know, I always hear all, you know, you see these TV shows and jokes and people getting arrested with weed, you know, marijuana, and they say, you know, oh, I have glaucoma, you know. So I always heard that. So I asked my doctor, Dr. Paul Palmberg, and I said, hey, what's the whole thing with, you know, glaucoma patients, because I had glaucoma, and marijuana? And it's like, funny you happen to mention that. And I'm like, yeah? He's like, I actually just recently got a government pardon. Now you got to remember, this is 25 years ago, 23 years ago, something like that. 23, 24, 25 years ago. There was no states in the United States that had medical marijuana. There was no medical marijuana. Marijuana was illegal, just like cocaine in every state. And he said he had a government pardon for 3 people as a medical trial to smoke marijuana on a daily basis to control their glaucoma. And he asked me if I wanted to participate into it. And I went back and asked my wife at the time. What she thought, and she said, you know what? We have 2 kids and another one on the way. Right, it's loud. She said, I don't think it's a good idea. And I was the type of husband that listened to my wife. So I didn't do it. Although I look back, man, that would have been interesting. Because I could have literally smoked weed anywhere and I have a government pardon for it. Wouldn't that be crazy? Could you imagine, like, somebody having a government pardon to walk around and, I don't know, do some illegal drug in public? I mean, I guess there is places in different states where you can actually do that. It's actually legal, all kind of stuff. A crazy world we live in now. But anyways, get back to the story. About, I want to say after my divorce, I went through like this depression for a couple years, and then I'd always had my own company, but I stopped working for a couple years, was really depressed, clinically depressed, I guess you could call it. And finally one day I just woke up and said enough is enough, and I went and got a job. I kind of humbled up, and I started working for this company that sold a whole warranty service. And they had, after I was there for 90 days, I got insurance. So my left eye, which I had always, it was my good eye, which is now my blind eye, but it was my good eye at the time. They said, maybe you should do the surgery, because I started getting a cataract in that eye. And they were like, well, while we're doing the cataract surgery, why don't we just do the glaucoma surgery that you had on the other eye, since we're already going to be doing it anyway. So I agreed to it. A couple weeks later, I got a very serious eye infection. Went to the hospital. They didn't know what to do. They sent me to a medical eye specialist. He didn't know what to do, and I spent the whole day in severe pain, severe pain. They didn't know what to do. They didn't do anything for me. They just gave me like morphine. And after literally staying there for like 10, 11 hours, I finally said, what the hell? Why didn't I go down to Miami, to the University of Miami eye hospital? So I went there, and within 5 minutes, they were like, we know exactly what it is. You have something called strep or something, and it is very severe. It's gotten very far. If you would have come in earlier, you might have had a better chance, but you know, the chances are you're probably going to lose your vision or lose your eye. And they said the only thing we can do to try to save it is we have to give you 6 injections with a needle right into your eye. And I'm like, you're going to put me to sleep, right? They're like, no, you got to stay awake for it. So I literally had to sit there and them stick 6 needles in my eye. Most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. Like, seriously. And I think that, along with the fact that I've had to come back many times when I've gotten an infection in this eye, terrified that the same thing's gonna happen and I'm gonna have to get, the same thing done. I think that's why I've gone the last couple of months just torturing myself with pain. It's caused me not to be able to work as much. And I've just been going to the hospital to see my sister for, it was like 8 hours a day in the beginning. Now it's a few hours a day. And then I just come back home and lay down and just rest because, like, if I'm out and about doing stuff, like, my eyes just, like, I got to keep it closed, or it's just, like, it's not good. So anyways, I think along with just being scared to come here, as well as the fact that I don't have insurance, so I have to pay for it myself. And especially since I haven't been doing much YouTube, it's been kind of difficult. So I've put it off this long, and finally, like, I decided I just gotta go. I don't know what it is. I think my other sister was talking to me yesterday, and she just called me out of blue, even though I talk to her all the time because we talk about her sister. We both go to the hospital weekly. I go daily, almost every day, whenever she doesn't go. We like take turns, and my mom too. And she's like, you need to go to the eye hospital. She's like, your eye looks really bad. Omar called me the other day after I did a live stream. He's like, bro, your eye looks really bad. You really need to go to the hospital. And I kept putting it off. And then I started getting really worried because, I've been getting these migraine headaches where it's like just on the left side of my head, and it's like right here, or it's in the back of my head, but right here where I have this vein, it's always really sore. And whenever I lay down, I get a pool of, like, it's tears, but it's sticky. And I don't know, just something came over me, made me think, like, what if, like, something happens and, like, it's so close to my brain, and the fact that it's affecting with these headaches. What if I just don't wake up one morning? So I think I had like this dream about it, and I can't remember. I remember a little bit, but not a lot of the dream. Sometimes you remember a dream, but you can't remember like what happened. But I had a dream about something where I was getting rushed in the car to the hospital for my eye, and I couldn't see, but the person that was driving me was driving backwards. Like, they were literally like looking over their shoulder, driving backwards down the highway, and I thought we were going somewhere else. They're like, no, I'm taking you to the hospital, and that's like all I remembered. But then I was like, you know what? That's when I started thinking these things. I'm like, I just gotta go. So I gotta go in there in just a few minutes. So I'm super nervous because I do not want to do surgery. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of dying more, obviously, so that's not good. But the whole thing with when I came like 6 months ago, when this first started happening, the first time I came, they gave me eye drops. But the woman said something about she could just take a laser to it. And I didn't know what that means. I still don't know what it means because I haven't seen the doctor yet. As a matter of fact, the doctor could be calling me right now. But I came across the street to get a Subway sandwich. And I figured last time I was here, when they dilated my eyes, it took them 2.5 hours to call my name. And I figured it's gonna take at least 45 minutes for them to call my name. So I set an alarm on my phone for 1:20 to start wrapping it up and start walking back with you guys over there. So as soon as my alarm goes off, we'll start walking over there. But I don't know, I feel just when I'm like so nervous about this stuff, I feel better just talking to you guys about it. Like, it really does help me out a lot. And then just all your thoughts and prayers and all your positive love that you guys always give me, it's so uplifting, and it really it takes my worries away. And I really appreciate you guys for that. Like, it means a lot. Just you being here, seeing the comments move, even though I can't read the comments because my eyes are all blurry. Just the fact that I see the comments scrolling, and we have 250 people here. Only 131 likes though. That's okay though. I forget to press the like button all the time myself. Probably next time I look, it'll be at 200. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys. I really do. And I'm sorry that, you know, I have been uploading more this month of May, but this month of June and July, I really need to kick it into gear. Also, I want to see what you guys think about, if you guys remember last year sometime, what the heck? Can't even read that. But last year sometime, Omar and I did these review videos where we scoured the internet to find like the most haunted, scariest, craziest clips that we could find, and then we'd comment on it and do a review of it. I'm thinking about doing some of those. What do you guys think of that? Should I do some of those review videos? Because I'm actually thinking about like putting one up like tomorrow. Also, man, I think, God, I can't read. Aw. Thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate that. That's really kind. Thank you so much. I don't know what the hell that was. Also, somebody just sent a super chat. I can't read your name, it's too blurry, but thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Whoever did that, make sure you guys put a little, you can like put a like on their super chat. Since I can't read their name, maybe you guys could give them a shout out for me by putting a like on it. Oh my gosh, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. And Melissa and Scott, like, you didn't have to do that. I swear you guys do. Man, you guys are great. I appreciate it. That's really nice. Melissa and Scott, they just sent me a $50 direct donation on my PayPal link. So that was really kind of you. Thank you so much, because I actually paid $40. It was like $48 for an Uber here, and I gotta take an Uber back, and I gotta pay them some money. So thank you so much for that, Melissa and Scott. It's really kind of you. And gosh, that was so nice. I just seen somebody else send a super chat, but I can't read it. It's a super sticker. Hold on, I can like it though. Oh, maybe not. I can't even find a like. Let me not do that. I'll mess it up. Thank you so much for whoever that is. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't read it, but it's so sweet of you guys. And I know some of my mods in here thank you as well. And I appreciate my mods. I just appreciate you guys all together. It really, right now I'd be sitting in the waiting room so freaking nervous. So I'm completely not nervous at all talking to you guys. It really helps me a lot. So thank you. I do appreciate it. I've always tried to keep my channel very real with my content, with my life. I've shared everything with you guys, so you guys have always supported me, and I appreciate it a lot. I really do. Thank you guys, all of you. What time is it? Let me see. 1:18. So I'm gonna get probably packing, and we'll start walking over there before I let you guys go. I'm gonna save my sandwich. Okay. Okay. Man, it was strange. I've been taking these pills that have kind of helped with my eye, but I don't have any more. So, and plus it was kind of like just masking the problem, but even with that, I still have like pain. But honestly, it's like, it honestly knocked out like 60 to 70% of my headaches. And the pain I would have in my eye, I can't even tell. There we go. I can't even, yeah. It just basically just masked everything. Because I told them what I was taking, and they're like, oh, okay, well, that really won't make any difference as far as them looking at my eye today. So, it's a nice day out, a little cloudy here in South Florida, in Miami, MIA. It's crazy. Besides going home for Christmas for a couple weeks, and oh my God, that was probably the worst of the whole entire, 3 months that I've been dealing with this. That was the worst. Right after I left Omar's, right before Christmas, and came, let me see, can I cross? I'll wait. Thank you. That was nice of them. I was like, I seen a car coming. I just stopped. But, oh boy, I will, so after I get out of the doctor's and just, I don't know, it's probably going to take a couple, 2-3 hours or so. What I will do, unless something crazy going on, I do a live stream, which I don't think. But I will pin a comment in the comment section of this live stream. That way you guys know, like, I'll give you an update. I'll do an update on Twitter as well. But I will pin a comment because I know some of you guys are going to be, worried and wondering what happened. So I will pin a comment in the comment section of this live stream after that happens. So if you want to come check back, a little later, look in the comment section. It should be right on top in the comments. And also, I am going to read all your comments later. I almost lost my soda. And, yeah. Oh, yeah. Crazy. Anyways, it's 1:20. So I'm going to get back in there. Hopefully they didn't call me yet. I doubt it. I'll probably go in there. And, I got, 2 hours left. That probably would be what happens. But thank you guys so much, really. Really appreciate everyone that's here right now. Everyone that will be watching this after it's live. Thank you guys for the love. Fam love is real. We all know it. And I really, really, really appreciate you guys more than you know. But I will update you later, guys. Thank you so much. And wish me luck. Alright, love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace, guys. I don't even know what I'm clicking. I can't see.